Hi there, welcome back to my craft room. It's Kathy from Raven Vintage. I would like to do something a little bit different today. I have a few old journals here that I made about 5 years ago, and I would like to improve upon them. I was going to just take them apart and reuse like the tea-dyed paper and such, but I think I'm going to just try to enhance them and make them better. And I thought this might be something that you might find interesting, because perhaps you have some old journals that you're just not happy with that you made, and you think, ugh, I've come a long way. I'm making journals like this now. But I think we could just, rather than taking them apart to salvage them, I think we could probably just build on this foundation and make a really cool journal. I think that's my goal for today. Anyway, I want to use my new paper kit called Garden Notes, so I'm excited about that. And also I want to try a new technique. I want to make my own washi tape, and let's just find this gal's name. I just saw it the other day, and I want to give credit where credit is due. Her name is, and I'm going to link her account, Annalise Journaling. So I saw her do this and I thought I need to try that. I think it's really cool. We're going to make some washi tape out of napkins. And I have some napkins that my friend Eva gave me, so I am all set to go. All right, so let's get started then. So I have 3 of these journals. Like, that's my old logo. Like, these are old. So here's another one. I had found out in the last couple of years that this craft adhesive material I used to use for my spines failed. It lost its adhesion over time, and a few people have brought their journals back to me to repair. So if you have one of my journals and you need it repaired, please give me the opportunity to fix it for free for you. But lesson learned, I no longer use this craft adhesive material for my spines. So those are just things we learn over time. But I think I can salvage these rather than take them apart. I think I can make these into something more. So I'm going to start with this one because I thought it went really nicely with my new printable kit. It's so pretty. I really like it. So I have the ephemera printed on just a really light, maybe 80-pound cardstock. And then I printed, these are my test prints, and mind you, I didn't have to make hardly any changes after this. So really pleased with this kit. So I have it printed double-sided. The purpose of this kit is that it has all these beautiful summertime colors, like a picture of your garden in full bloom. And then there's coordinating writing pages. So people often ask for writing pages. Which of your kits have a writing space? So I thought I will make a kit specifically for writing. So there's lots of collage pages. There's lots of background. I think there's 4 different just background pages. And these are featuring some of the French text from Teresa. And like here, I've used some of her French text from the documents that I scanned for Teresa. And like here, you can see there's a little bit of text in that collage. But yes, they have coordinating, and there's another background page, just all bright summer, colorful, beautiful colors. And then there's ephemera to go with it. So let's get doing that, and then we're going to make the washi tape soon. I'll show you how Annalise did that. So let's cut out a few things and start fixing this journal. Let's fix the spine first before we go. Okay, so just to show you, this journal is made with scrapbook paper, a thin chipboard. Like, I've made the covers from scratch. And then this is, there's 3 signatures, and each signature is covered by that scrapbook paper. And then the papers of the signature are simply, this is antique paper that's purchased that way. I did not tea dye this. There's 2nd signature, and there's 3rd. Again, they're all just blank. There's no pockets. There's nothing. This is a blank slate. Okay, so I think that's dried on there pretty good, and I think these, I might need to revisit that. Get that to lay down a little better. Same thing here. But let's get working on them at this journal. So I had sold a few of these blank journals alongside little packages you could choose from to fill the journal. So these were intentionally left blank. Beautiful new kit. I'd like to incorporate some, add some pages in here. So we'll hinge a few things in. We'll do some flip outs but let's start with some pockets. It should be pretty easy. Okay, so I'm going to, what do I have here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets, 3 signatures. So I'll put 2 pockets. I'll just divide those evenly throughout the journal. I'll do 2 pockets per signature. There we go. This is a great envelope in the I was excited to work with these colors, the pinks and greens. Just a burst of, you know, just a burst of summer color. I was going, you know, the last journal we worked on together was the lavender journal, and I love those colors too, but they're very, you know, calming, subdued colors. And then I was just my mind's always going on what to do next, of course, and while that was quite lovely, I was really wanting to do some sort of a burst of color too. So it took me it's nice to concentrate on one at a time, but one project at a time. These are nice size journaling cards. Figure out how we're going to put them in there. Okay. There. There. So my point, or my goal, I should say, is to upgrade this journal to the point that it's unrecognizable to what it was before. So we're going to do a journal cover. It already feels more secure just with this lace we added. I'm going to come back and do that there. Okay, so let's just make some of this washi tape. I'm dying to try this. I'm just excited to try this. So I have these napkins, some really cute napkins from this one I grabbed for the Christmas one, so I'll set that aside for now. These are from Eva. I'll set the Christmas ones aside. This is really pretty. I really like this, and this is one that I had purchased and I've used it for other projects so far, obviously. So I want to try a couple things. So I have this one, and then I have this package that I bought. Looks like Winners. I purchased that at. Try one of those. Okay, great. So I like to just take a piece of tape and just use it to lift. See how it just wants to pull apart automatically. And then I can just rip that. It doesn't matter. Hang on to these because you can use them for other projects, and that one looks like that's it. It just has that one layer to remove, so that one was easy. Let's see, this one feels already wants to come apart. Yep, I can see it. It's always easier to do it from the corners, I find. Yeah, this one's a couple layers, it looks like. First layer off, and then this second layer. Okay, that's done. Okay, so here is the idea of this. You have your napkin. Iron it if you want to. This is carpet tape. And the reason I got this one is because I believe it is transparent. So I've listed this in my Amazon shop. You can also check your hardware store. This one is Eater Art. If I'm saying that properly. E-T-E-R-A-R-T. Carpet tape. It's double-sided tape. It's 2 inches wide. It doesn't have to be transparent, but I think the look of it's going to be pretty neat if we do. Use a transparent tape. It's going to look more like washi. Yeah. Okay. So what Annalise did was she did a few strips across. Now you might want to avoid those bubbles so I can see through and I can see the pattern. So let's just try a few strips. So I'm going to like hold this taut in those 2 directions with my hands when I lay this down. And I'm going to try to start right here at the edge where I could probably cut that off but I'm just going to try this. And then she did like a few strips side by side, which I think is pretty smart. I'll go like here. And then I think I might cut one of these in half, or smaller at least. So I'm going to cut it now, which might be a little tricky, but let's give it a try. Without cutting my fingers. A little tricky, but doable. We're learning together here. I have not tried this yet. You can see I just opened that package. Okay, so I want to get some of that pink kind of gingham. Oh, she's sticky. That's not going anywhere. There. And here. So let's see if the wrinkles from the creases from the napkin end up disappearing once we do this. It'll be interesting. Like I said, I've not tried this before, so we're going to experiment together. I guess the trick here is to make sure you do your best not to tear your napkin. We're burnishing this to the napkin. I mean, it's really grippy, but I think you just want to get it laying flat. Okay, let's trim around this. Such a beautiful napkin. This is one of the napkins I got from Eva. So Eve, I'm going to link Eva's Etsy shop below. Eva has, if you are into decoupaging, Eva has napkins in her Etsy shop. And sometimes she has the neatest, cutest little napkins. So if you are specific on, like if you're working on a specific project and you just might be in luck and find something on her Etsy shop. Okay. Let's see. I'm a little wrinkly. Appears to be sticking quite well. Keep in mind, I've got space in between. Oh, that's so pretty. It's this strip right here that's got me excited. So I'm going to cut, it's scalloped, but I'm going to cut right alongside here. This side. Need to cut a straighter line. It's not very straight, Kathy. Okay, just a minute. Give me a second here. Let me try better. Let me try a little harder here. Okay, so this would be a nice wide washi. You could also cut it in, you know, strips if you wanted to. I think I want to cut that white part off. That tape, it's like driving. The only thing I can tell you what it feels like, it's like cutting through it. It feels like driving through slush, heavy slush in the winter. And it pulls your steering. That's what that felt like. Isn't that neat? Okay. So of course then we have this. This will be the trick to get the backing off. Right there. Okay. Let's see about getting this, the back off. Maybe a blade or a piggy tool. There we go. That is so pretty. Now I don't know where I want to put it. I think I want to kind of keep that there. Let's just go across here. Just to try it. Okay, this one is not very see-through. This napkin or that print behind it. Is there another layer? You know what? Oh, I didn't take off all the layers. It's still really pretty and it feels so nice. There's still another layer to come off that one. Remember I said it's just one layer? But no, I bet you there's another. Oh, there is another layer. That's why it's not transparent. There we go. Oh, just when I thought that. I did think that it was strange that there was just one layer. And then I should have went with my instinct. Okay, let's try a short piece. Oh yes, this is going to work better, I think. Okay, well, that's why we experiment, right? Now I've got the bumpies in there. They all have bumpies. Okay. That's okay. We can live with a few bumpies, can't we? Okay, let's see. Whoops. Oh, that's strong tape. Ugh. It is strong tape. Oh, the bumps kind of disappear. So that's neat that you don't need to worry about that. Isn't it? This stuff's sticking to me. It's trimmed off. Do you see what I mean? Like you can barely... Oh, you can smooth them right out. Isn't that great? That's good to know. So your little bumpy pattern there on the edge of your napkin, don't worry about it because it disappears into the tape. You can't see it. With this one anyway. Look, can you see the bumpies? Barely at all. Oh, that's excellent. That's good news. Okay. So that there, let's see if we can... Let's do another piece. Like that. Okay, let's try it. I just want to see if the text is going to show through. Let's see if we can get the back off this one a little easier. Yes, we can. Okay, now it looks translucent. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. I'll have to get in on a close-up here. I'll try to zoom in, but do you see? You can see the text through there. Oh, that's neat. That's so cool. And it feels so nice. It's like got that butter texture. I love it. Oh, well, that is fun. Thank you, Annalise Journaling, for sharing that. I love it. That's really cool. And a pop of color. It's so pretty. Okay, so I will be experimenting more with that one and that color. Now let's make some tiny stuff like actual, what you would think. So that's double wide and I'm completely fine with that. That'll make a really pretty pocket, won't it? Okay. And this one, let's try. So now that I know I don't need to worry about the bumps, I think I'm just going to make myself a whole strip here. Too wide, Kathy. Okay, I'm holding, I'll try this again. I'm holding the, I'm pushing the, or pulling it taut, the napkin with my hand underneath. Oh, it's strong tape. It's so strong, that tape. I guess it should be for carpet, shouldn't it? A little bumpy. That's okay. We're learning. So this little small piece, I'm going to reuse that somewhere. I will keep it. Okay, let's see. Easiest just to cut this off first so I know what I'm working with. Oops, I'm grabbing the tape. Didn't mean to. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, so now that you have this strip, you could keep that. And then when you're ready for just a little piece of washi, because this is 2 inches wide, you could just cut yourself off a piece of washi. This is what I'm thinking, like this. How cute. Like that. Just cut it off as you need it. Sticking. Oh, this is awesome. I really like this. Oh, well, again, thank you, Annalise Journaling, for sharing this with us, because this is such a fabulous idea. When you, I'm not going to say it's a cheaper alternative than making your own washi, but look at here, I'm going to cut out this particular part of the napkin so that in itself just looks like a little washi sticker. Oh, like like this napkin in particular, I could cut it like there, postage, registered airmail. That is going to be a fun one to work with. Oh yeah, very cool. Or we could do a longer piece like this. That's fabulous. Okay, so let's see what these look like. So let's say we're going, let me do a flip up. Well, that's kind of not the best idea, is it? We'll do this one. Okay, so let's say we were going to do a flip down even. Flip up? Let's do a flip up. Said I was going to start at the beginning, didn't I? So right there. To my longer one, it's a little crooked. Just do two small ones that are roughly the same size. Okay. Like that comes off so easy. Oh, way easier than the first one did. So let's say I'm going to do it like here. And then on the other side, like we do, to hinge that. Got a piece. Oh, that's cool. I love it. Okay, so that is a very fun thing to do. I'm pretty excited about that. Something new. I don't know, new to me. Maybe you guys have been doing this. This is not anything I've ever tried before. So we used a napkin. We eventually got down to just the one layer and carpet tape. Fabulous. I love it. Okay. Very fun. Well, I think that's good for today. That's really what I wanted to share with you was don't give up on your old journals that you're unhappy with. Think of them as a base that you're going to build upon and improve and just give them a glow up. That's what we're going to call this, a journal glow up. And I'm going to keep working on this one. And then at the end of the video here, I think I'll do a little flip through of all the things I've done to it so you can see the glow up. Thanks again, Eva, for the beautiful napkins. Thank you for the, Annalise, thank you for the idea, the inspiration. And thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me in my craft room today. I'm going to continue working on this. Stay tuned for the flip through. One more thing before I let you go, I wanted to try this, and this is a coffee filter. So I wondered if this might work well. So I have taken these little bits I had trimmed off of the tape. This was one of them. And I wanted to try it on a coffee filter and see how that worked. So let's see. So this is just a craft colored or natural colored coffee filter, a basket filter. I don't have a basket filter coffee maker anymore, so I have those coffee filters left over. So let's see what that looks like. Because this, of course, you don't need to peel any layers off. It's already a nice thin layer. That tape had something attached to it, so. Oh yeah, what a nice, I thought that would look like nice old translucent tape. So let's just give that a try. If I wanted to. It does look like old tape. I love it. Okay. Yes. Look at that. That's neat. It's probably, I'm going to show you another one because that's not going to show up very good on that color. Here, let me find a better color to, let's try maybe this green. Who wants to join that party? Let's do another flip up. There we go. Let's do this one. So again, I'm using the carpet tape and I'm just going to find myself a spot on this. Try to straighten it out with my fingers underneath. I love it. Of course, you can ink that up, but let's see here. Let's just make some strips. Let's try inking these up a little. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Could do like this. Kind of fun. Or a flip up. I think I want to do this so that it goes like there. So I am going to give this a fold. So it's good with, it's trained to do that. And then let's take our faux washi tape. I love this. It's awesome. Oh, it's fun to find new things to do, isn't it? There. Doesn't that look like, oh, I love it. I love it. Love it. And that's in there. That's stronger than washi tape. Because we know how washi tape doesn't like to say. Isn't that neat? I really like that. I really, really like that. Okay. Oh, it's fabulous. Fabulous. Okay. Well, I'm going to craft along here, and I hope you enjoy trying that. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will now stay tuned for the flip through. Okay. Bye. I am back with the glow up of this journal. I have a few more things I want to do, but I thought I would just bring you along for that while I finish up. Okay, so like I said, you were with me when I added the lace to the outside, when I reinforced this spine because of that faulty adhesive, but it's strong now. Like I've tugged on this, it's quite strong. Okay, so I covered up what I had originally done on that pocket here, just because this was so busy. And then I added something. I've cut apart, I don't know if I did this when I was, before I, like yesterday, like the first part of this video, I trimmed up an old file folder, and I might do that a bit more. Okay, so I've added some lace to the edges, made a tag here, a flip using some of that washi tape. So there's a pocket. Good for a little bit of layering. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay. So I've added some of the lined paper just right across some of this paper here. I did a little bit of stenciling. Here I Mod Podged that napkin onto one of the pages. Here's where I put one of the envelopes and used those, the homemade washi that we just made. Added the odd pocket. I've been wanting to make a kit with this bright pink and green for quite some time, and I have to say it was really uplifting to work with this, all these colors. Quite love those colors. I love this little bird. There we go. And then maybe something to break this up here. Maybe one of these. A little bit too much, maybe. Too much of the same color. But we'll leave it for now. Okay, so there I added one of the a double-sided, so there's some more writing space here with the lined paper, and it also acts as a pull-out this way. And there we go. I like that. Another big journaling card and a side tuck, and you can see I did a little bit more stenciling here. So here I've just printed some of the collage sheets on that light cardstock, and then just cut it up in different sizes. So I have these pre-collaged journaling cards, like very quick, something to add to your journal. So I like how that frames the clip. Now I'm wondering if I might want this one instead. No, I think I like that one. That's good. One of the things on that list is clusters, and I just didn't want to bulk this up anymore because it has a lot of pages. I didn't realize it because they were all just this flat page here, right? But I don't want to add a whole lot of more bulk to it, because it is as it is now, it's laying fairly flat. So as a writing journal, I'm pretty pleased with how flat it's laying with the amount of pages it has. So here I added a vintage book page. I haven't inked or trimmed these yet, but I'll go back to that. And I just simply glued it down the center and then on the top and bottom across here, so that I could add two side tuck pockets here, like that thing to it later, but right now it's fine. Here I fussy cut one of the flowers from that vintage floral book. Pretty. This is an old, from a vintage handwriting practice book. And then there's some of the faux tape I made using the coffee filter. So I hinged it on the back too, just with some actual washi tape. Okay, here we have a belly band on top of a pocket. Can go in. I believe we can put the envelope in there. That's pretty. Just perfect. Okay, I like that. I did put one little cluster there that I had made previously. That's good. There's nothing there. Little flip. Now this has a nice green, so this might be a nice spot to put one of these writing papers. This is nice because you can turn this and you can write across this way using the lines for a little bit of visual interest. Let's just move on from there. So again, lace on the edges. Here I had something different here before and I changed my mind on it, so I covered it up with one of the vintage book pages. I couldn't tell you what book that's from because I have deconstructed the book and I just have the pages left, and then I just trim them up to size. Now do you fit? That's better. Okay, perfect. Quite like that. A little collage here. Again, super easy to do. A piece of music sheet, a piece of the collage paper, and added a Tim Holtz doll. So there's another piece of vintage book, another collage piece. I covered this with one of the background pages. Here we have, I'll just leave this one, but we have a double tuck on either side. So basically I took an image, which is one of the collage pages, cut it right down the middle, moved it over, and then cut it to size for how I wanted it. I wanted this to show, and I wanted those birds to show. So I trimmed off some of the side of it here, that collage page. That worked really nice. Here's one of the pages from the kit. And then here I did some more stenciling. I added some of that homemade washi. Here's a vintage book page. So there's room underneath. A collage page from the kit. Added some lace. Here that I haven't finished yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another collage here or just leave it for whoever gets this journal to, I mean, that would be a really nice background for them to add a photo or something, and then perhaps write about it over here. Here I have hinged in one of the double-sided prints, which has writing paper on one side and then just one of the background pages on the other. So I've just hinged it on both sides, and then I did a little tear here, so we've got a bit of a layer like that. And then there's some stenciling. This is just a collage page glued right to these original pages. Another collage page, same thing. Here is a pocket just made with the collage papers, and here is a nice big journaling card. Some more stencil. So here I think it might be nice to add another, there we go, flag like that. Cute. Here is a belly band. I added a Tim Holtz fella there. Does it fit? That's just perfect. Okay, great. This I first covered entirely with a vintage music sheet, and then a vintage book page there. Collage. Left one page blank. Here's a little envelope I made. Belly band. This is the envelope that comes with the kit, and I decided to leave it unglued so that it could be opened up as a journaling space. And then I just added a stamp to it there. That advertising piece and that ticket's also from the kit. There's some of that washi I tried. Here's some more of the washi with the napkin, and just a vintage book page there. Here on the front of this signature, I added a piece from the kit, and then I put this Tim Holtz guy sitting right in the wreath. Added some paper here. Another little, that's one of the pockets from the kit, and then it fits perfectly with one of the little cards. Pretty pretty. So I have one more banner clip, don't I? Kind of cute there. A line page, and then this is just a visual interest, just a flip. Kind of like that there. Let's see. Here I did some of the handmade washi with the coffee filter, and then just hinged the corners so that we could lift that to right underneath, and that's a vintage book page. This is just one of the pages printed both sides. Maybe that's where this, no, don't like that. More stenciling, side tuck, a journaling card, vintage book page. So here, this is what I'm going to actually get rid of these. I decided I didn't like how they matched. Maybe this will just make this page a little more interesting on its own for now. Nope. Sorry, I need to borrow you. I think I want to put you on this side. What's over here? Well, maybe I can't. Just a second. Let's see. Might not be able to. So this is a flip up, and it's also a pocket with a journaling card. Yeah, I guess that doesn't really work there, does it? Here's another belly band. We could add this. Yeah. So I guess this could go here, like that. This is another one of the vintage book pages, and this could use an envelope. Here we go. Okay, cute. I like that. This is the front of that vintage music book here. It's this one. Another collage page. There's one of the envelopes in here, and I put one of the floral cards in there. Oopsie, I'm gonna have to fix that. Looks like we had a little bit of overage with the glue. I'll fix that. Run my glue down the spine, or the crease. The crook of the book. And then on these, I just glue top and bottom. On both sides. And then make sure it's right in the crook of the book. And I'll get my tool. And then you just want to make sure you're lined up to the edges here. Okay, great. Writing paper in there, the envelope on that side. And back here we have so some of the washi that I made, and then one of the vintage book pages. Just trying to match some of this yellow background here. Break that up a bit. I love these colors, they're fabulous. Another vintage book page, more stamping, and just another journaling card, which I think we made together yesterday, and we had this one, right? There we go. Okay, so that's the glow up. What do you think? It's kind of heavy now. It's got some weight to her. So it would be nice to have something right here. I don't know if it needs anything or not, but it's starting to feel like it's too busy. I think the reason I feel like it needs something is just because there's this business here, and I feel like we need something a little heavy to anchor it over on this side. If I did a ribbon closure around the middle, it would come right here, so you could still see her cute little face. So maybe it's not a bad idea. But yeah, there's the glow up. Stenciling, tags, pockets. I stenciled on top of some of the pages. Flip out. I did some Mod Podge. Added ribbon to the sides. We've got some flip outs, folding. Yeah, so the last thing I want to do is go through and perhaps start just adding some things like this. So thrilled to have learned that trick from Annalise using the carpet tape. So I'll link that tape again below for you, so you know which one I use that has the that's transparent. That was a lot of fun. I think I will go through and add a few more decorative items to, I've got a couple tags left here I can make, so I'll definitely make those. And like I said, I'm not going to add lace or anything to them. I want to keep them just flat, just so that we can keep this journal not too, because it's laying down so nice, like for someone for writing. I just don't want to bulk it up too much more. Oh, she's pretty. She's pretty. So this was made with a printable, homemade journal cover, like the 3 pieces. Repaired this by adding lace to the inside to attach that inside spine to the front and back cover. And then it was just a plain journal with just a piece of scrapbook paper on the outside of each signature. And now we have made it completely unrecognizable, I think. There's not too much of that antique-y paper left showing. I think we've done a great job of covering it up. We've added some interaction to it. Lots of color. Lots of color. Lots of spots to tuck things in, add photos. Lots of room to write. Lots of room to, you know, glue in some things if you want to add to this. Yeah, it's a great little journal. It worked out really well. Very happy to have the opportunity to show you my new kit called Garden Notes. Quite like that. Okay, well, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your weekend. And thank you for hanging out again with me in my craft room. And I look forward to our next time together here. Take care. Bye now.